Bang, we are live.
Bang. And so is Doge. Welcome back, folks, on 420. I'm Jon Najarian. We've got Monty and CJ here to offer more than just entertainment value. They're here offering some pretty good insights. And I was just sharing with them that Doge, which started off as a joke, this is quoting MarketWatch, the former CBS MarketWatch, now it's just MarketWatch. It began as a joke and now it's worth more than Ford. Had to tweet that one out, guys, because it's got the big Dogecoin on the hood of a NASCAR. And my gosh, it's been a heck, it's up over 400% in a week, folks. And it hasn't seen the full pump today that many of us thought we might see. It certainly hasn't pushed all the way to 69 cents, but it has been a heck of a ride just from Thursday to today, when it was sub 10 cents to now 38 cents. That's a heck of a ride.
That's quite the ride, John. And it's been great if you're holding Dogecoin, but it's kind of been detracting a lot of capital from a lot of the other crypto assets out here. So, I mean, as much as it's been great for those Doge holders, it's kind of, driven price down for a lot of other assets. But the way I see it, just a good buying opportunity if you missed the bus the first time around. So I'm excited about our Doges of the day today. I think we have some good ones.
Yeah.
In other words, if you've been in crypto for a long time and never have bought Dogecoin, it's been a pretty frustrating week, to say the least. But let's continue.
That's true. CJ, let's get into Bitcoin, because I know yesterday you were kind of saying that Bitcoin's at a critical crossroads here. And, I agree with you. I think that, the price action we're seeing right now is going to dictate the rest of the week. So you want to tell us what you're seeing with Bitcoin and where you think this might be headed?
Yeah, well, if you could switch to the whale maps, I'd like to highlight kind of the range in which we're trading based on these levels, because John shared this data with us a long time back, but it keeps getting updated and has been really resourceful. What we can see from when we hit the 51K level over the weekend was that a lot of whales kind of stepped up and bought that and created that bottom, so to speak. We can tell that by spot volume on Coinbase. However, we had a lot of whales step in at 56 and 55. So this is going to be kind of a range-bound market potentially. I do think 51 is likely going to be the low and will likely hold for now based on a lot of the oversold indicators that we've looked at, as well as, all those liquidations out of the market. I just think we're in a space here where everybody's just kind of holding their breath. They don't really know what's going to happen, and we haven't seen buyers really step in yet. So that makes me a little bit more tentative to proceed with the Doge of the day. But it looks like we're just kind of going to be in a range here for the foreseeable future.
As far as crypto news today, guys, other than that it's 420 and we knew there was an attempted pump, even more of a pump in Doge, we've got a top US banking regulator heading on over to Binance. Brian Brooks, he's the acting head of the Office of the Controller of the Currency, and now apparently taking a big job over at Binance. And that gives you more and more confidence that the big survivors in this game, of course, eToro, Binance, Coinbase, most of us here would say that you're getting more and more legitimacy with more real market folks coming into positions. And Binance, it's not just Binance US. I mean, put them together, this is such a monster as far as how much they execute second by second. And of course, trading volume on the day is just staggering over at Binance. And I'm not surprised that they would reach out to somebody with ties to the government. Some of our DeFi friends will probably be a little ticked about that, but it doesn't mean that Binance is given up. It just means that they're perhaps ready to make a similar sort of move to what Coinbase has done.
Also in the news, we have another corporation adding Bitcoin or crypto to their balance sheet, and that is WeWork. They're partnering with Coinbase to begin accepting digital currencies as payments, and they will also hold crypto on their balance sheet and pay landlords and third-party providers with digital currencies whenever possible. So, pretty nice. Another domino kind of to fall, but not super significant news there.
Well, when I'm looking around at volumes, guys, like I think Monty said right at the top of the show, we've certainly seen volumes kind of stripped away a little from Bitcoin and Ethereum and the top 10 coins into Doge, which is now pushed into that top 10 and threatening to be top 5 coin based on the market cap. As I just told you moments ago, they are now bigger than Ford as far as the market cap of Doge, and they're still trying to figure out what to do with Doge. And I own Doge, so I'm laughing at myself, but nonetheless, I had to own it into this 420, and I've still got a lot of Doge. I'll probably let some go sometime today, guys. Again, last week I sold around this same level it's at. I expected us to see more of a pump today. We're not seeing it, but I will not liquidate all my Doge here. I doubt if too many of the true believers like Gene Simmons and Elon Musk will be dumping it either.
Yeah, that's going to be, I think, one of the most important things going forward is kind of, what a time to be alive. We're kind of looking at Doge as a leading indicator, because the way I see it is, like I mentioned earlier, it really is kind of detracting a lot of capital from elsewhere. And I don't necessarily think it needs to completely collapse in order for that capital to kind of disperse back throughout the space. But I think once it kind of cools down and stops kind of taking the lion's share of retail speculation, I think that could be the point when, we start to really see some of these other alts begin to rally. And, I agree with you, John. I think a lot of people will just continue to hold Doge because, we are still early in this market cycle. And if you believe that, then there's good reason to believe that Doge can still continue to climb. But, I think some of that $50 billion in trading volume that it saw over the last 24 hours, I think that will kind of plateau a little bit. And, some of that trading volume will start to flood back into ETH into some of the DeFi assets, and eventually all the way back upstream into Bitcoin.
Oh, I'm sure. I would bet on that. In fact, Monty, that we're going to see just that. Well, who wants to kick off Doge of the day, guys?
I got an exciting one today, so I would not mind kicking it off. And this is one that I get asked about all the time in our chat, in our webinars. We had AJ Monty on our webinar the other last week, and he was getting asked about this one a lot, and that is STMX or StormX. And this is in an interesting place right now because we're looking at the daily chart here, and as you can see, it went all the way down to 4.259 cents. And I was really under the belief that it would hold strong at 50 cents. I didn't think StormX would go back below 50, but sure enough, it did. What's encouraging for me now, though, is the fact that it's bottoming on this TD sequential 9. And it's not just any 9. This is a very doji 9 candle. So I think that implies that the sell pressure is exhausted. This trend to the downside is a bit exhausted. And now that we have this support from the TD sequential support at 0.04259, I have a bit more conviction entering a long trade because of that support to the downside. So full disclosure, I do hold StormX, and I actually purchased some more this morning because, I do believe that this is the bottom for StormX. And, just a month ago, if you would have asked me about this project, or even a week ago, I would have told you that this is one that I think can really appeal to the retail trader. And I still believe that, despite, the bit of a sell-off we've seen over the last 10-day period. So StormX is my Doge of the day. This is one that I've believed in for a while. And, I think now that it's kind of found a new bottom, I think it can really make a strong run in the next week. So that is my Doge of the day, STMX.
So STMX, and let's see, I'm trying to figure, so you're buying it right about at this price, right about 0.504, give or take. All right, yeah. I'm going to buy some.
All right. We're on board, people.
Love buying nickel coins.
The retail traders do too, John. So, that's part of my thesis is I think, you scroll down to the bottom of Voyager, you gotta scroll pretty far down to find StormX. And, I think that's what a lot of retail traders do. So
that's a good point, though. Like, I do want to ask you guys a question before we get to John's Doge, is like, how much of Doge's influence is based on the fact that it was like 5 cents or not even 5 cents? Like, if Doge was $1,000 or $2,000, do you think it would have the same level of retail fervor, or it would be slightly decreased?
Yeah, I think it would definitely be decreased, CJ, although that wouldn't be too much different in terms of, the fundamental value of Doge. It would essentially be the same asset, just at a different price. A huge part of this has obviously been the psychology of retail traders. I mean, Doge was just perfectly positioned to capture that retail speculation, not just because of its meme value, but because of its low costs. And I mean, look at this Doge. Who doesn't love this guy? Look at him. He's adorable.
So the meme value is more important than price. Gotcha.
So I've got 19,500 StormX in my Voyager wallet. And keep in mind, folks, if you want to join Voyager and trade for free, you can do that. Even when they have a backlog, they do clear the backlog very regularly. So if you want to join and you type in Rebel25, our code, Rebel25 into the promo box, you will get $25 in Bitcoin. Yeah, I know it's a bunch of zeros before you finally get to your a decimal that you'll recognize other than zero, but you'll get $25 in Bitcoin just for signing up if you use Rebel25. And it lets Voyager know that they're not dumb to sponsor the program. What do you have, CJ, for our Doge of the day?
Mine is going to be Maker. We've seen a lot of volume come into Maker in the past couple days. We had a little bit of a retrace very recently, but we're seeing, like Monty said, we're seeing some interesting action with retail coming into things like Doge, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, a lot of the 2017 altcoins that used to be popular. But I think where the true innovation is happening and where a lot of people are going to be excited in the latter stages of this market cycle is the DeFi assets. We were highlighting the DeFi perpetual index as our mystery chart last week, and it really shows you how that industry has grown and the potential of its future. I think Maker is at the center of that, and I do think that we're going to eventually see retail capital flow into the DeFi projects and pump them up very significantly. I'm a little hesitant to enter just because Bitcoin is still a little bit range bound for the next couple of days. But definitely looking at Maker and expect it to perform well throughout, the rest of the cycle and potentially even these next few coming weeks.
I've owned Maker since I think second week in February. I got in just over $2,044. It's now 3,483. That one's a great performer. I mean, the return on there has been pretty nice. And so I like it. I like it. I might add to that one too. My Doge of the day, guys, is DIA. DIA because over the past couple of days, we had a trough in trading of about, call it 308 million. Over the next 2 days, we hit a high mark of almost $800 million traded in a 24-hour period at right around the 99-cent level. It's pretty close to that right now, between 99 and a buck. And I'm playing for a little pop, especially if money flows back out of something like Doge or others. So DIA is my Doge of the day.
Very nice. Very nice. Don't forget, you can earn up to 10% interest API on USDC at Voyager. You get that extra boost as well if you hold over 500 VGX tokens. So just wanted to mention that as part of our sponsor as well.
Yeah, it's a great trading platform. Certainly the price is right, especially compared to Coinbase. And by the way, Coinbase options started today, folks. I'd be remiss if I didn't say it. And we are tracking those right now. We will let you know tomorrow, because it's only been trading for 45 minutes today. We'll let you know tomorrow what kind of volumes we're seeing, the volatility in there and so forth. So be sure to tune into the program tomorrow about COIN, Coinbase, and how those options are trading.
Yep, and we'll be back same time tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. And in the meantime, if you want to come hang out with CJ and I, it's just $1 for the first month. You can try at the link right below me, marketrebellion.com/try crypto. We got a pro charting service. We provide actionable trade insights, news. We have an ever-growing community of really intelligent crypto traders from all around the world. So come on in, hang out with us, share some insights. We'll be happy to share ours with you. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching.